all our viewers out there. My name is Heinrich Neetling and welcome to Mathematical Literacy. In today's lesson, we'll focus on cost price, selling price, as well as break-even analysis. Now, before we start with this lesson, let me quickly check with you. Did you know that break-even analysis is a small business accounting process for determining at what point a company or a new product or service will be profitable? All right, so let's look at what to expect in today's lesson. So this is our lesson objectives. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to work with the following: cost price and selling price, as well as with break-even analysis. What else will be important to you? Determine the cost of production and the cost price of an item, and then you will make an informed decision regarding an appropriate selling price. Also, it will be expected of you to plot points and thereafter draw a graph to explain how you arrived at a certain answer. Okay, so let's quickly check what you should know at this moment in time by looking at the pre-knowledge. So that should be the skills and concepts that were taught in previous grade. That involves your basic cost calculation, the difference between cost price and selling price, then also other related terminology such as cost price, selling price, break-even analysis, product, price, profit, point of intersection, to mention but a few. You should also be able to plot points and draw graphs based on a given scenario. You should then be able to interpret, understand, and perform calculations involving cost price and selling price, as well as break-even analysis. All right, now let's quickly put you to a small little test. Let's check your pre-knowledge. So now the first question here, define the term cost price. Now remember cost price, now I'm going to write it down for you. Cost price is the price, right, is the price for manufacturing, meaning manufacturing or making a product, okay? Or it can also be the cost for buying a product. Okay, so remember the cost price is the price for manufacturing or making a product or for buying a product. Let's look at another question. So second question, we want to know, what is the formula for calculating the selling price? I'm looking for the formula for calculating selling price. All right, remember to get the selling price. I'll have to take my cost price, so meaning what I've paid for that product, should it be a product, the cost price, plus the profit that I would like to make on this item. So remember, selling price equals cost price plus the profit you'd like to make on an item. Let's look at next question. So question number 3, it says, Nomsa makes baby socks and sells it to crashes in an area. If she sells a pair of socks for 75 Rand and makes a profit of 45 Rand, calculate Nomsa's cost price. So what are we looking for here? So we are looking for cost price, right? So always important to start with your formula first. So how do I calculate my cost price? That will be my selling price minus whatever my profit is that I would like to add to that product. Okay, so looking at what is presented to us, it says, if she sells a pair of socks for 75 Rand, so that means it's the selling price, that will be 75 Rand, minus the profit she'd like to make on this item, so minus the 45 Rand. So therefore, Nomsa's cost price, in essence, then will be 30 Rand. Okay, so I'm going to repeat, cost price equals your selling price minus your profit. In this case, your selling price is 75 Rand and your profit is 45 Rand. So therefore, a cost price will be 30 Rand. Now, let's give you an idea of what to expect in today's lesson. As indicated before, we will be looking at the cost price and selling price, as well as break-even analysis. Also, words, language that's important to you. Right, and please take note of this. As mentioned earlier on, the cost price is the cost of manufacturing or buying a product. Okay, then cost price is normally determined by two factors. That's your production cost and also your operating cost. So what are our production costs? that is cost that's directly related to producing or manufacturing the product. For example, labor, raw materials, etc. Then your operating cost is the cost involved in operating the business, right? For example, water, electricity, rent, and so on, right? What is the general formula for calculating cost price? We are saying it's your selling price minus your profit. Okay, so then we will look at the opposite of your cost price. That will be your selling price, right? So what is selling price? It's the price at which a product is sold. Okay, so the selling price is determined by a number of factors, such as, right, the cost price of a product, the profit that's required, then also the competitors' prices, and then the price for the customer, or the price that the customer is prepared to pay. So we have to look at all of that. And then the general formula for selling price is where I take my cost price and I add my profit to that. Okay, so we also look at break-even analysis. So it's commonly used to determine the exact point at which a business income equals the business's expense. And then we'll also look at the break-even point. That's the point at which the income equals the expenses. Therefore, the business is neither making a profit nor a loss. So guys, with that in mind, let us quickly take a short break. After the break, we'll put all of this into practice. See you soon.